Okay, with this vocab question, again, it has nothing to do with the fact that it's a double passage. We've moved on to the second passage, but that is, as far as I'm concerned, irrelevant to my process. I'm still going to use the QLC method to make sure that I don't fall for a trap answer, and a lot of people do on this question. There's a big trap answer. You are not asked to define the word recalled. You are asked to define it as it is used in line 72. So let's go there, let's read around it. Let's try to imagine that the word is a blank and see if we can fill in that blank with some other word based on the context of the rest of the sentence. So let's look. Someone has said that a truth once spoken can never be blank. It goes on, and no one can set a limit to its ever-widening influence. But if it were possible to obliterate every word written or spoken in defense of the principles set forth in the Declaration of Independence, a war of conquest would still leave its legacy of perpetual hatred, for it was God himself who placed in every human heart the love of liberty. All right, I'm lost. It doesn't matter anymore. I've gone off the scent, but I have a guess of what they're saying. They're repeating themselves, right? A truth once spoken can never be recalled. It goes on, and no one can set a limit, right? So there's a parallel between those two sentences. So maybe my guess for what they mean here is that someone has said that a truth once spoken can never be limited. I'm using the sentence, I'm using the context. And so I don't think that that's actually what the word means, but it's pretty darn close, and I know it's not going to be a choice, but I'm trying to match that idea now. And if I didn't go through this process, I might pick something like D, which is a trap answer. Or maybe something like A, which also could be a trap, because those are what recall normally means, to repeat something that you've been told or to remember something that you've been told, but that is not what it means here. Because limited does not mean remembered or repeated. Those words have nothing to do with each other. Now, limited is definitely a more negative word, and B and C seem to have a more negative connotation as well. So that seems like a better fit than something like repeated or remembered, which seem to be more positive. So then the question is, well, which one fits? And if it's once spoken, it cannot be retracted or taken back. So B is going to be the answer here. They're not talking about rejecting it. So if you limit something, it's already happened, but you don't let it go any further. So that's more in line with retracted, right? You can't retract it, you can't take it back. Whereas rejected is a little too strong for the situation. I get that the choice between B and C is a little bit harder. But the key is if you picked A or D, you are not following a good process here. You are going just based on your own quick instincts for what that word means, and you're not listening to what it means in the context. You need to get rid of your biases when you do these questions, and the QLC method, by ignoring the choices at first and focusing on the lines, is much more effective at avoiding those traps. So really make sure you've got a good process here, otherwise you're going to get tricked on these hard ones, and it's going to keep happening. You've got to avoid your biases. Go with the lines, not what you think the word means in general. It has a more specific meaning usually than what you're used to.